Disney Signature Experiences, Yolanda Kate.
Can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me? No, they're like, no. Let's do it again. No, I'm just kidding. How are you all doing? How's everybody feeling today? Listen, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so thrilled that you're here today because today we're going to do something really, really special. We're going to go deep into the savannah. Are you all ready for that? So today we really want to spend some time unpacking all of the special details about this first of its kind ever dining experience. It's an incredible adventure. I got a head nod over here. He's like, yeah, it's great. Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King. And when you think about how special this adventure is, we're doing something that has never been done before. Celebrating the iconic story of the Lion King. Like, who loves the Lion King, right? It's one of my favorites. We are celebrating the iconic music, and you probably heard the great music here. The incredible storytelling that's happening. And all while that's happening, there are these vibrant, incredible flavors of Africa that are being celebrated on this tremendous menu. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that as well today. So while you're dining and taking in these incredible flavors, there is incredible music and dancing and celebration happening all around you. Did you all feel that? Many of you got a chance to do it last night, right? So I brought some friends along today who's ready to learn a little bit more about Pride Lands, because we've got some interesting details to share. It's all about the details. Okay, so you gotta make them feel welcome. Help me welcome my friends. And I want to tell you, these are the brilliant minds that are behind this. They help bring the magic. Help me welcome show director, Disney Live Entertainment, Paul Bryant.
What up, what up, what up?
All right, Paul, you're ready.
Thank you.
Director of Entertainment, Creative for Disney Signature Experiences, the fabulous, the one and only Denise Case. Walt Disney Imagineer, Jay Abraziz. Senior Manager, Dining Standards. This is all about the food. These are the food men. Daniel Cohen. Daniel coming out. And last but certainly not least, the Manager of Culinary Standards, Eric Demoa. Come on out, Eric. From Paris, France. Okay, so are you all ready to do this?
Let's do it.
They said they want to learn everything about Pride Lands. And you think you know, but you don't really know. But today, you're going to find out some things that maybe you haven't heard yet. All right, so let's start with this beautiful design. I mean, just look around at where we are. I mean, don't you feel transported? When you enter, from the very first time you walk down the hallway, like the sights and the sounds, right, of the savannah just greet you. You feel like you're moving, through a portal, and you're expecting Simba, right around the corner, right, to come out, start singing Hakuna Matata. So, Jay, I'm wondering, we're going to just start. Jump right in with the design. Tell us about how you and the other Imagineers brought this space to life. We don't even feel like we're on a cruise ship, but tell us more.
Sure. Is this working? Yeah, there it goes. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not the professional
Okay.
theater people that these guys are. But yeah, welcome to Pride Lands. And the fun thing about this space is, we had this Lion King idea, almost 8 years ago now? It's been a while. And when we talked about it originally, we said, okay, but how do it's a great story. Everybody loves Lion King. Everybody knows the movies. They've seen the films. They've also seen Broadway shows. They've seen our stage shows. But then how do we take that fresh look at it? How do we kind of create something new? So we looked early on about how to create this sort of stylized version of a boma. And the boma really is where a gathering place in the African culture where families come, they tell stories, they eat, they drink, they have a good time, they laugh, they connect as a family. So we really wanted to do that, and of course, Cruise Line gives us that opportunity to do that on this kind of stage that we have. So really, we started with that transition period from in the long hallway that you walk down. It's that your sort of stylized savannah look. You see the beautiful grasses, and but one of the things we got to do in there, which was a lot of fun, was play with the different colors and the textures that you see. So when you see the bright yellow walls, that really represents the sun and the sun rising, right, which gives us some hope and sort of a new, the dawning of a new day, really. And so that was kind of fun to play with, and how is that going to work? And then as you transition into the space, then you're down the savannah, you're now entering into the boma. And again, you look around and you see all the colors, you see the different textures and different patterns We have the different fans on the wall with the artwork, and then obviously the more technology kind of things with the windows that light up as well. So you're sort of getting these little glimpses of the Lion King story. And again, if you look real closely, you start seeing some of our friends, some of the famous animals in the windows that you know from the film as well. But all of that to create this really kind of fun, stylized space of Obama.
Love that, absolutely love that. And let's go a little bit deeper, because I think a lot of the folks sitting with us today will tell you they love all of those hidden details and even some of the special effects. So can you talk a little bit about some of the things our guests may not have noticed right away, because there's so much to take in. So tell us a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, some of the great little details that we have, we looked at different things for inspiration. And one of the fun things, as you walk down the hallway, you look at the woodwork down on the lower section, and you'll see carvings in there of like Rafiki and a lion head as well. And those are actually inspired from the Animal Kingdom Lodge at our parks. And so it was really kind of fun to like pull that kind of same style into this space as well. So there's little fun nods like that to our different spaces. But then, yeah, technology plays a huge part into this. And so it's that kind of that balance of this, keeping this very authentic and very earthy kind of feel in the location, but then bringing the technology as well. So you see these beautiful torch lamps that we have here, and they change different colors with the show, which is really fun. And then even the windows behind us, which right now don't look like much. You just see the signs of the savannah with the trees in the back. But at night and during the show, they really come to life, and they completely transform the entire space. So that's where the emotion comes in, where you're sitting here and you're like, oh, this is really different, this is really unique, and the lighting will do all that technology will just change the space drastically during the show.
Yeah, and you used the word emotion, and I mean, just looking at the faces of everyone last night, even for us, it was just very emotional, right, in this space, very powerful. So Paul and Denise, you were two of the creative minds behind this show. And we talked about the fact that it's dinner, we're gonna talk about the food, but also the show. Can you walk us through the story that is brought to life over the course of the dining experience? Because there is a story and a journey that's happening. Unpack that a little bit for our friends today.
Yeah, well, great, thank you for the question. Thank you for that question.
You're welcome.
So the story, most people know the story of the Lion King. And so we wanted to take a different approach to how we told the story here on the Disney Destiny here in Pride Lands Feast of the Lion King. And so what we wanted to do was make sure that we incorporated everything that Jay just told you guys about with all the architectural stuff. We wanted to make sure that that was a part of the story, as well as telling Simba's journey, which we all know from Cub the King. Simba went, he had his ups, he had his downs, he had his moments with Scar and all that fun stuff. So we added all that stuff into this show, and we wanted to make sure that from the time you walk down that great hall into this bonus, shall we say, you all were now a part of this show, because the through line for Disney Destiny is all about family. And the through line of this show is about family. The through line of Simba's life is about family, right, Denise?
Right, and I think the other important thing to note is we have all lived with the Lion King for decades now, right? This is a beloved story. This is a story that has also transcended into the Broadway, right? We had the Broadway show. There was Lion King 1.5, hey. There was Lion King 2. There was just this giant songbook, right, of music that we also wanted to tap into. We wanted this show, we've done Lion King, like we said, around the world, many different places, many different ways. We wanted this one to be different and special and stand out. So we decided, from a music perspective especially, to tap in and represent some of, I think, what are fan favorites, right? We Are One, great song, right? We have some We Are One lovers out there? Come on, right? We had to do Shadowlands. I mean, come on, right? We had to do some of these songs. So I love the way we created a story of storytellers who come into this space that tell what is a beloved tale that has become a beloved tale. Again, for what, over 25 years?
Absolutely.
Over 25 years. And so I just love Paul's approach of our troupe of storytellers, our musicians, our dancer. Isn't she beautiful?
My girl.
We love her. She's so beautiful, and she's actually dancing to a piece of music called Serengeti Rain, which was created just for this restaurant. You will not hear it anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful. It's ours. So that was a big approach for our storytelling here at Pride Lands.
Well, let's continue to talk about the live music, right? Because the music is such a significant part of this experience. And there's a part of that that is really, really special. the drummers. The drumming is a really kind of woven into the fabric of the overall experience, but it speaks to the authenticity, and there's a reason that you showcase it in that way. Can you share with them a little bit more about how you've integrated that to the show and why?
Yeah, the thing is, I've learned over the years, and I've been affiliated with this, The Lion King, like I said, in theme parks and stuff like that for years. But if you think about it, the drums are a very intricate part of the African culture. It is the heartbeat, the breath of that country or that continent. And we wanted to make sure that we brought that to this show. And so we brought in drummers playing authentic African drums, African instruments. I think Troy plays about, I think in this clip back here, there's like 23 different instruments that he plays throughout your dining experience. But the drumming in the show is live, it's authentic, and we worked with some of the best people, Bob the storyteller. We brought people in because we wanted to make sure that authentically we were correct, because we wanted to make sure that we were telling the story in an authentic and truthful way. And the drums and the music in this story is as good as it gets. And I could not be prouder and excited every time I hear that. So the drums throughout the beat, when you guys watch the show, it's all in this room. You feel that heartbeat, because the heartbeat and the breath equals life. Wow, that was deep. Wow.
That was, wow.
That was
Did
great.
you all feel that? That was pretty powerful.
There's also a little fun fact when we talk music that you may not know. But there are background vocals. There's a bit of music track that plays that the drummers all play too. And the singers on that background track are actually the South African members of the Broadway cast of The Lion King on Broadway. So we went to New York and they provided all of their wonderful vocals. It was a very special 3 days in the studio with them. We talk about authenticity and talk about synergy, and we're all family, right? So that was really special to have them sing on the music track for this restaurant. Fun fact.
That was great. That was fantastic. Now, don't be shy, but if you were singing along to one of the Lion King songs last night, raise your hand. I saw all of you. We saw all of you sing, right? I mean, it just makes you feel so good. And so to celebrate the music is so iconic and so beloved and such a part of all of our lives. It really is a great piece, Paul and Denise, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
But we did say that this is, a show and dinner, right? So now we have to talk about the food. So let's talk about the menu. Most of you dined here last night, right? As part of our incredible rotational dining, which is fantastic and unique to Disney Cruise Line because you get to sample everything. And you also got to sample some of the dishes last night. So Daniel, I want to turn to you and see if you can explain to them a little bit of what the team hoped to accomplish when they developed this menu. And we're talking a little bit about authenticity and you're delivering something special. Tell them a little bit more.
Yeah, this is the creative side.
This is the food side. You see what side I'm on.
But what a team to work with. I mean, it's incredible to be given a project like this, emotionally connected to the stories, the colors of Africa, the music of Africa, and then for our team to be able to, start researching. We have crew from all over the world who we engaged. We have a fantastic facility in Orlando, our test kitchen. So chefs went in, I say our culinary team, really, pulled out all the authentic African spices. They did a lot of research, got, chefs from that part of the world to come in and help, and truly came up with something that I think you will all enjoy. And we look at it, we are very careful when we create the menus because we know our guests' favorites. After 28 years of sailing, we want to give a lot of the DCL familiar and favorite food, but with a bold twist. So we don't want to go too far. We want to keep it authentic, but we have to make sure it's right for families. And then of course we have the added pleasure and fun. We always work together on these projects on balancing dinner and a show. Is it a show and dinner? Or is it dinner and a show? Right? And it always, we spend a lot of time together. And it always takes time to find that perfect balance. But that's part of the fun. There aren't many places you can go and run restaurants and events like this where you really have so many different things to think about. I'm really privileged to work on this.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. You all have really brought it to life. And now, Eric, we're going to come to you. because you actually were hands-on in creating some of the specific recipes, one dish in particular, right? So I wonder if you can talk about not only that dish, but what does the process entail? And then after that, tell us, how does it feel to know that, for the first time guests are enjoying that dish that you helped create and you're bringing, an authentic experience to them through their dinner. Talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Yolanda.
Yeah.
At start the introduction, you say I'm from France, Paris, France. Yeah, I grew up. I moved to France when I was 4 years old. But originally, I was born in Ghana, West Africa. So I do go to Ghana from time to time. So working on this project was special for me because I was able to bring some of the dish that I eat growing up to Disney, and the guests will have the chance to experience now on the Disney Destiny. But when talking about the process, you really start with a lot of collaboration. Our chefs, talented chefs with many experience from around the world, we did intensive research to explore flavors that will fit the story of Paradise, Feast of the Lion King. We did try test ingredients and presentation to ensure that the system is going to work at sea, obviously. And also what we did, we wanted to make sure that every bit of the authenticity that we bring it to the restaurant match the storytelling of the place. And for that, we wanted to bring some of the African spirit and warmth to the experience. But like Daniel says, still keeping in mind our guest favorite and the taste palette.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, home run, we were all really enjoying the food, so excited. And so those were great answers. Now I'm going to ask you a really, really unfair question. Don't worry, they're not listening. They're not listening. Close your ears. Okay, it's an unfair question, but what is your favorite item on the menu? I know it's hard to pick, but for both of you, do you have a favorite item, and then why is it your favorite?
Yeah, I would say Mickey bar and chicken tender.
The chicken tenders are your favorite on the Rylands menu.
Change your life. That's amazing.
I mean, it's fair, but you all love the chicken tenders. Right, okay. It is what it is. Everyone loves the chicken tenders. Okay.
I'm talking about Thailand specifically, Feast of the Lion King. For me, it's one special dish. Like you say, all of our dish, we love our dish, so that's why we put on the menu. But if you have to pick one, it would be the Burberry Spice roasted chicken.
Everyone's talking about that
Yes.
chicken. Yeah.
So obviously it comes with the tomato and pepper rice. And that rice actually is my favorite rice that my mother used to cook when I was a kid. So I eat that all the way growing up, and the recipe actually is my recipe. It's my mother recipe. And it's very nice to see the guests like last night enjoying that dish, especially that is from my childhood.
That's fantastic. So much heart and soul, in this dining experience. So thank you for sharing that, Daniel.
Tough one.
I
I
know.
think I'll
Sorry.
go with the Cape Malay shrimp curry probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I heard
Organized
yes.
sauce,
They're like yes.
Basmati rice. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
I grew up in England. We eat a lot of curry, and definitely, I think that's. It's hard though because there are so many great dishes.
Very true.
So please, when you're dining in here, try them and enjoy. But I think that just.
Fantastic. Thank you for indulging me with that. What makes, this really special, as we talked about, is the story, it's the setting, it's the food, right? The way it all just comes together effortlessly. And Denise, because, we're here celebrating, the Disney Destiny, the seventh ship in our Disney Cruise Line fleet, what do you think this experience means to our Disney Cruise Line guests?
Well, I think, the motif of this ship is heroes and villains. And Scar is one of our favorite villains. He's kind of funny, sarcastic, and he has a good song.
He does.
I mean, come on, he has a good
He's
song.
prepared.
But I think the story between, Simba and Scar, Hamlet, what I mean? It's just a story that's been told over and over again. It's very special. And again, I think, Yolanda, guests can really feel the motif of the hero-villain story here in this restaurant. So it not only captures the motif of the ship, it captures a quintessential Disney story with iconic music, right? Lion King, to me, it is definitely one of my all-time favorites, I'm not gonna lie. But there's just something very special about The Lion King. I think when everyone hears the beginning of Circle of Life to this day, you get all the chills, right? There's just something magical about that song. It's one of the top in our canon of many songs. You know, it's just so special. And again, it's such a family story. And I think the story, it just transcends culture, right? No matter where you're from in this world. I think everyone can relate. The relatability of this show, this film, this music, this story, it just touches everyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're so proud of. And that's why we're so excited to finally be able to bring this IP, Lion King, you know, to a wonderful space that can be shared by everyone. And I think that's what we love. And I think our service team, I think everyone in the restaurant, I think everybody has fun, and I love that too. I think everyone's kind of singing along.
Dancers now.
Yes, see, yeah.
We heard Eric was dancing earlier, actually, too, so even the culinary team.
In the back.
In the back.
See,
It was
it's
in the
just
back.
joyful. It's joyful. You get to He Lives in You, and it's just joyful, and we love putting joy into the world. So.
Absolutely.
Yolanda, if you don't mind, I'd love
Yes.
to piggyback on what Denise was saying, because a lot of times I get asked, how do you tell the entire story of the Lion King in a dinner seating? And the thing is, we do that. We give you just enough tidbit in the music, then we give you a little bit of dialogue that tells you what happens within the music, and then when we go into what we call Act 2, the dinner set, you know, when you think about the Lion King movie, you think about, you know, Scar and Mufasa fighting and Scar, blah, 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 blah. We don't need to go through all that. But that was part of what my job was. How do we tell that story, but yet not go that deep into it, but yet do the full arc of the show? And that's what I love about the way we've done this show, because we give you that opening, take on there, and then we go into the dinner set where we talk about Shadowlands and all that stuff, which is the dark sort of despair where Simba feels like he's all alone. We do the Hakuna Matata, which involves all of you guys, and I saw all of y'all last night.
Yes.
Hakuna Matata, I saw you.
We had our lights on, you know, we had a moment.
And it was just one of those things. And then, you know, to add those special little elements like the tossing of the lights, it was like, that was so special. And to get our dining room, you know, service and all that stuff involved, it has truly been a magical experience for me to sit back there or sit where you guys are sitting and watch this show come to life each and every night. Each and every time that I shouldn't say every night, don't say that, each and every time we do the show. So just to piggyback on Denise, that full arc, and it is all about family, and the through line of Disney Cruise Line is about family, bringing people together, meeting new people, sharing dinner, and dining with folks. So this has been just a joy for me. And there's my joy for the day.
Yay, joy for the day. Joy for the day.
Jay, did you want to add any last words?
No, I mean, I think these guys said it all. I mean, really, the star of the show is really the food and
Absolutely.
and the show itself. And so, you know, you're talking about the whole, you know, the audience kind of coming alive, but really the whole space comes alive. I think that's my most favorite part about all of this, is the way this whole room just transforms from the show to the food to the entire atmosphere that we've created. And so, yes, there's lots of little fun little details that we could talk about, but really, once you see the show, once you feel it, and I don't know, I mean, just now I'm getting goosebumps just talking about the show. But when you watch it, everybody just gets, you just get pulled right into it. It's got so much heart, so much story, and it's just great to be part of this family and share it with all this new family as well.
The story couldn't be told without all of this.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
this is this is a very important part of the story. We could not do what we do without doing what you do and what you guys do. So it's one big happy family.
That's what we're supposed to sing off, aren't we? I think we're supposed to, are you leading the?
Say what?
You're the solo, we're supposed to sing off. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
gosh.
That's what they
Oh, no,
told us,
he
1,
will.
2, okay.
Who's, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, listen, you know, I am personally just so moved by this experience. We all were. We love that all of our guests see themselves in it. So I want to thank you all. We could really unpack this for hours and hours, but for sharing the insights, the special details, the thought and the feeling that went into the food, the process, the story, the song, in the venue. Thank you for sharing with all of us today. So we really appreciate all of you being here. Help me thank the panel, please. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank all of you for joining us today. There's much more going on around the ship, So we want to tell you, remember, Hakuna Matata. Have a great day, and we'll see you around the Destiny. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.